BALQIS. So now I am going to explain about one of the place of articulation, which is bilabial. So what is bilabial? Bilabial refers to a sound produced by bringing both lips together. When producing a bilabial sound, the lips come together to create a closure or partial closure, affecting the airflows and producing distinct sound. B, b, as in bat, is a voice bilabial plosive. P, p, as in pat, is a voiceless bilabial plosive. M, m, as in mat, is a voiced bilabial nasal. W, w, as in wish, is a voiced bilabial approximant. However, the letter W is classified in both bilabial and velar. So, how do we differentiate them? Bilabial W emphasizes the involvement of both lips in producing the sound. In a bilabial W, both lips come together to create a deconstriction for the sound. The back of the tongue may be raised toward the soft palate, but the primary focus is on the lip configuration. So I guess that is all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I am SYAZA. So now I'm going to be explaining to you one of the manner of articulation, which is labiodental fricative. But before we start, do you know what is labiodental? If you don't know, I'm going to help you understand what is labiodental. Labiodental is when your bottom lips and your top teeth are slightly touched with each other. So, labiodental sounds are made when your bottom lips and your top teeth are touching with each other when you are talking. So now, let's continue to our main points. So, what is fricative? Fricative is a consonant phonemes that are produced by forcing air through a narrow opening, and it will create friction or turbulence. There are two types of fricative, which is voice fricative and voiceless fricative. So, I'm going to give you an example of voice fricative. V, v, as in when. And for the voiceless fricative, which is f, as in fun. And that is all from me. Thank you for watching.
Dental is also the one of the place of an articulation. It also known as interdentals. Dental consonant sound is created when there is a contraction between your lower lips and the upper teeth. It is occur when you block airflow by placing your slimy tongue against your upper teeth, like this. English contain the following two dental sounds, which is th and z. These two consonant sounds also known under a manner of articulation of fricative. Fricative is created by a closed stricture that creates friction when the air is released. For an example, th as in thick and bath, while z as in t and rather.
Hi everyone, I'm SYAFIA. In this video, I will be explaining about one of the place of articulation, which is alveolar, and how to pronounce the sounds correctly. Basically, alveolar consonants are produced by placing the tip of the tongue against the roof of the mouth and behind the upper teeth. There are four manners of articulation for alveolar. The first one is plosives, which is also known as stop. Alveolar plosives produces the sounds such as t, 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 as in toy and cat. And the second sound is d, 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 as in day and mad. Moving on to fricatives. Alveolar fricatives are produced by narrowing the passage of air between the tip of the tongue and the alveolar ridge. The sounds produced by alveolar fricatives are the sound s, s, as in snake and sit, And the second sound is z, z, as in zoo and zebra. The sound s is a voiceless alveolar fricative because it doesn't produce any vibration when we pronounce it, while the sound z is a voice alveolar fricative because it produces vibration when we pronounce it. The next one is nasal. Alveolar nasal is produced when the velum is lowered, allowing air to pass through the nasal cavity and produces the sound n, as in noise and nose. The last one is approximant. Alveolar approximant are produced by allowing air to pass by one or both sides of the tongue, and the tongue itself can move a lot to shape the sound. For example, the sound l, as in lake and lake. That's all from me and the explanation of alveolar. Bye!
Hello everyone, so I will be talking about palatal. What is the definition of palatal? It is the descriptions of sounds which involve the hard palate. You might be wondering where exactly is this hard palate then? Here, I will insert a picture along with my explanation. Ta-da! If you feel around the roof of your mouth with your tongue, you will feel a hard, bony area that eventually drops off to the fleshy area at the back of your mouth. The bony section is the hard palate. How exactly are the palatal sounds produced? Palatal sounds are produced with various manners of articulation such as fricative, affricate, and approximant. They all involve a constriction of airflow between the tense tongue and the hard palate. Firstly, I will explain on fricative. When you imitate the sound of a cat hissing, you probably produce a palatal fricative. The front or center of your tongue tenses up at the hard palate, leaving a small gap. You then force air quickly through the gap, creating a hissing sound. There are two palatal fricatives in English which are voiceless sh. Example is machine, and voice sh, which is pleasure. Moving on, I will explain about affricate. There are two, which is voice and voiceless. For voice, j, as in judge, and voiceless affricate, cha, such as cheap. And last but not least, approximant. What is approximant R? The r sound is called the alveolar approximant, which means that you put your tongue near the roof of your mouth and voice out. For example, robot. Meanwhile, as I have already mentioned before, is the y sound in yellow. I repeat, yellow. And that is all the explanation for palatal.
So today I'll be talking about manners of articulation velar. So when a sound is classified as velar, it means it is a primary constriction for the sound that occurs at the velum, aka the soft part of the roof of the mouth towards the back. So this usually involves the back of the tongue making contact with the approaching velum. So we have four types, which is k, g, and w. So the first one is plosive k, which makes the sound k. So the sound k is produced when the back of the tongue makes contact with the velum, momentarily blocking the airflow, and then it releases it suddenly. So when you say the words like cat or kid, you can make this sound by bringing the back of your tongue close to the soft palate and then releasing it quickly, creating the k sound. And then next we got the velar plosive g. So it makes the sound g. So this sound is also produced by the back of the mouth, same like the k sound just now. So the examples of the word g includes go, good, and dog. So when you say these words, your tongue also come into close contact with the soft palate, creating the g sounds. And then next we got the velar nasal ng. So velar nasal ng is produced when the back of the tongue makes contact with the velum, blocking the airflow through the mouth while allowing it to pass through the nasal cavity. So example of the words containing ng includes sing, song, and ring. So when producing these sounds, the tongue actually rests against the soft palate, allowing the air to flow out through the nose. So lastly, we got the velar approximant w. So it's a w, which makes the w sounds. It is produced by bringing back tongue close to the velum, without creating a full closure, allowing the airflow to pass relatively free. It is considered a semi-vowel or a glide. In English, the sound w is found in the word like well, wet, and swim. So when producing the sound, the lips are rounded, and the back of the tongue is closed towards the soft palate, creating a slight constriction, but not a complete closure like plosives. That's it. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is NAVEENA, and today I will be explaining the place of articulation. There are 7 types and I'll be explaining one of it, which is glottal. For glottal, there are 2 manners, which is plosive and fricative. For plosive, the symbol is known as the question mark symbol, which is also known as the glottal stop. For fricative, their symbol is H, which produces the sound as h, h. The sound of H is like us breathing out. H. For glottal stop, it produces the variation of T sound in a particular word or expressions. For example, words ba'an, sa'an, the word T is pronounced as a silent. In expression, oh, the stop in the middle of the expression is known as the glottal stop. Next up is fricative. Fricative is a phonation voiceless sound for the symbol H. The sound in H pronounces the word by height. Height. The H is similarly to a silent H, so we pronounce it by breathing out the H sound. Height. And that's it, the explanation for glottal and its manners. Thank you.